Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and we got the 4th official sneak peek for the upcoming Hydra update, and it's a doozy. We've had 4 sneak peeks back to back to back to back. It's been a wild ride since those leaks. So let's check out what's in store for us with this next sneak peek. This is CM Fragment. We recently launched a mission to keep an eye on the villain's movements. As soon as we received information about the whereabouts of one of these high-value targets, we will immediately resume our spy actividades. Be vigilant with the villains. Okay, calm down with the alliteration. Judging by all these weapons and combat materials, it seems this is one dangerous character. Stay vigilant, agents, and prepare yourselves. More information after the Fire Ferrets game with Korra and Aang. So stay tuned. So yeah, let's check out the video now and let's see what's up. Again, I gotta say, the one thing that bums me out, always bums me out about the leaks, is that it kind of spoils the impact of these beautiful sneak peek videos. And you've got to admit, this is a beautiful one. This is a really nice sneak peek. So you've got this sort of overlay with some sort of heads-up display system going on. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Sentinel sneak peek when we had that Magneto uniform and it was identifying his tier 3. But anyways. We've got this stuff. There's little spinning. It looks like Taskmaster's spinning shield in the corner. We've got Captain America here as one of the targets, and he does his 5th skill. Then we've got Deadpool over here with no uniform, doing his classic 2nd skill. Then we've got Spider-Man here, I believe, doing his 4th skill or his 1st skill. And then we have Spider-Man doing his 1st skill, and then we have Hawkeye doing his 4th skill. So I don't want to read too much into that, but we've got a combat and then 3 speed type characters shown. I was hoping to see a blast type character. If we saw one of each, like 1 combat, 1 blast, 1 speed, 1 universal, because there's 4, that would be a really strong indication to me that they're trying to hint towards something. But having 1 combat and 3 speeds is not really a lot of information to go on. I don't think we can really judge that or sort of quantify that as a clue. If you had to ask me, I think the reason why they chose these specific characters is because they're recognizable. Like, because of the graphics involved, how it's black and red and it's kind of really low resolution. It's supposed to look kind of low pixel count. I think they just wanted to go with characters who are the most obvious. So like everyone's gonna recognize Webs or Spider-Man right away. Everyone's gonna recognize the shield as Captain America right away. The guns, you know, and especially the pointy head has to be Deadpool, especially with the katana sticking out. And then who else has a bow and arrow in Marvel Future Fight? And that sound effect, I love that sound effect. Anyways, that's really cool. And then the camera sort of, the heads up display sort of blurs out, and you of course see Taskmaster's shield and Taskmaster's sword. And so yeah, it's pretty obvious that this is Taskmaster. Now, what's not obvious? The tier 3. I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. You can get kind of cute, and you can get kind of cute and be like, oh, if you count the number of arrows, and then if you look at the color of Deadpool's G-string, it's and Captain America's whatever. Yeah, no. Oh, there's 3 bars here. No. Oh, look, guys, it's a line here and a line. T3. No. Oh, guys, but there's 3 circles here, and the circles have lines. So if you put those lines together, it makes a square. Yeah. So there's no clue here for a tier 3, which means that Taskmaster's not our tier 3. Over on Twitter, really quickly, he's done watching from the shadows. In the V5.8, the 5.8 update, this mercenary, Taskmaster, plans to show our heroes how a real fighter does battle. So, this is reference to the fact that he can watch what you do in battle and then he can copy it. Now, I think I had accidentally said in a previous video that he has photographic tactics or photographic something. Or sorry, I think I said, no, I meant to say photographic. He has photographic memory, or I don't know, photographic reflexes. I think it's photographic reflexes, but I think I said photogenic reflexes. Anyways. Yeah, basically, you do a move on him, he sees the move, he can copy it right away. That's how simple it is. That's one of his powers, so to speak. Now, a lot of people have been pointing out that it's not really possible for him to copy every type of character skill. And I don't think he will be able to do that. I know some people out there maybe have a bit unrealistic hopes for Taskmaster, like he'll be able to copy any character's 5th skill. No, that's actually not how it works. If Apocalypse, transforms his arm into a cannon because he has body morphing, and then he blasts with the cannon at Taskmaster, just because Taskmaster sees that, it doesn't mean Taskmaster can suddenly mold his arm into a cannon and shoot as well. So he doesn't inherit the powers of the enemy. If he sees Thanos snap, he doesn't automatically inherit the power of the Infinity Stones to also snap. That's not how it works. He can just mimic physical movements and movements based with weapons and that kind of thing. So he can copy specific characters, but not all characters. He would have a hard time copying most Blast characters. He would have a hard time copying most Universal characters as well, as far as how Marvel Future Fight is concerned. But I still think he could be Universal. I'm not saying he will be Universal. He could be Speed. He could be Combat. He's definitely not Blast. But he definitely could be Universal. I mean, Medusa's Universal. What makes Medusa Universal? Why not Gorgon? Why not Karnak? Why not Crystal? Why is Medusa and Black Bolt, why are they the only Inhumans that are Universal? Why is Sentinel Universal when other characters aren't? It doesn't really make sense necessarily. It's not just a celestial alien god thing. You also have robots being universal. You also just have Shadow Shell being universal. So they're obviously breaking the rules a lot. There's really no reason why Doctor Strange is Blast and Dr. Voodoo is Universal. So yeah, it's definitely possible that he could be Universal. But if he's not getting his tier 3, I don't know, man. Who's gonna get the tier 3? I really don't know. So it's really up in the air. I would love to hear your suggestions in the comments down below. If it's not Taskmaster, it could still be. We could still see like a Red Skull tier 3. It's not out of the realm of possibility, guys. What if Captain America gets tier 3 because he's getting the Hydra uniform? That'd be crazy. As far as the rest of Taskmaster's abilities go, there's quite a lot to pick out from the comics and from the lore because the character has been around for a long time. So I think one of the most interesting things that they could actually illustrate or reflect in the game on a small level, I don't know if it'll be a team up or if it'll just be like a small line of text, would be with Deadpool, because apparently as far as combatants go in hand-to-hand combat or any sort of weapon-based combat, the only or one of the only fighters that Taskmaster is unable to predict and sort of fight with that advantage against is Deadpool, because as Deadpool's put it, even Deadpool doesn't know what he's going to do next because he's so unpredictable. And so that sort of feeds back into what we're kind of waiting to see. What's especially special and specific and unique about Taskmaster being that he can see what you're going to do, or he sees your moves and then he can memorize them instantaneously, your sort of combat moves like a Shang-Chi's moves or a Spider-Man's moves. And then once he knows all of your moves, he can predict your moves before you do them because he'll see how they begin. But in Deadpool's case, and they've made note of this in the comics, he can't do that. Although he can mimic Deadpool's moves, he can't go that one step further and actually predict their moves. So it'll be interesting if they sort of do that in a way where when he gets hit, something triggers defensively, sort of like Spider-Man 2099 or Invisible Woman, where he gets a guard hit, which sort of would imply that, you can't hit him multiple times with the same ability. He could also get something like Arrow, where when he gets hit, it gives him guaranteed dodge, which is sort of like he's able to anticipate things the second or third time around, or they might just give him flat guaranteed dodge. But if they gave him something small, I don't know what it would be, like 10% increased damage received from Deadpool. It would be a weird passive, it would be a weird effect, to be honest with you. But it would be really hilarious for them to recognize that from the comics. But, Marvel Future Fight is not that loyal to the comics, so I don't necessarily expect it. I'm just throwing ideas out there because I think a lot of people really hope that Taskmaster will have something special like that because the character is so unique, even in the Marvel universe. Like, even in a universe where we have characters like Jean Grey and Wolverine and Spider-Man and Thor, Taskmaster still finds a way to be extremely different than everyone else, and he we want him to illustrate that on some level in the game when he finally joins in like a week or whatever. So we'll have to wait and see how that works, but it might just be something as simple as damage immunity. It might just be like 50% chance when hit, 2 seconds of damage immunity with a 5-second cooldown. Who knows? I don't want to get I'm hyped for Taskmaster. I'm hyped for Taskmaster, but I don't want to get too hyped for his abilities and for how they're going to play in game, because I understand the limits of mobile gaming. I'm not holding my breath at all for copying skill animations and that kind of stuff. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I mean, Rogue doesn't have that. She has remove buff. That's as close as it's going to get to sort of absorbing people's powers, which is close to what Taskmaster does, absorbing your, not absorbing, but copying, being able to duplicate your moves. I don't expect that at all. Like, and people say the same things about Mystique. You know, they're not going to do that, where Mystique transforms into other characters and gets their... No, that's not going to happen. I think the best we can hope for is some combination of what I've said recently in videos and what people in the community have said. So with that being said, let me know what you think of Taskmaster, and I guess we have one more sneak peek. I thought the 4th sneak peek was going to be the tier 3, but apparently we're going to get another sneak peek number 5 for the tier 3, and then we will get another... It's not a sneak peek, but it'll be the key art for the update, and we haven't seen the key art yet. And the key art should be very juicy because it will include the actual, well, it will include a very close representation of the in-game models. We still haven't seen, the one thing we still haven't seen, we've seen the icons, but we still haven't seen any of the in-game models for any of these characters. So, with that being said, let me know, is Taskmaster going to have the coolest in-game model with the skull face and the hood? I kind of think so, and the shield. Hit me up in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching all these sneak peek videos, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.